So this is the Kitronic Inventors Kit for the BBC microbit. Here I have an example microbit, and you can see on the bottom edge there are a number of connections. The Inventors Kit shows you how you can connect circuits and components to these pins to make some fun, exciting circuits. Let's take a closer look. So inside the Inventors Kit we have the prototyping plate, which looks like this, and we have some jumper wires which we would use with it. The BBC microbit simply plugs in. The connections on the bottom edge of the BBC microbit now connect to these pins, and we can use these jumper wires to connect onto the breadboard. We then have a selection of components which we've got here. So a wide selection. These include things like capacitors, motors, buzzers, LEDs, switches, potentiometers, and these parts would connect into the breadboard, and you connect them with these leads back to these connections here to build the various experiments. The experiments themselves are covered within this Inventors Kit guide. So the first section just covers an introduction and getting set up, and then there are 10 experiments. Each experiment explains the components you would use, the software you need to create, a guide onto where to put the parts on the breadboard itself and how to connect them back to the edge connector. There's an explanation of what will happen when it all runs, and then over here we have an explanation as to how it's all working. So now we can have a look at one of these in action. So here I have set up one of the experiments that is covered in the Inventors Kit guide. I've curated the circuit as explained here on the breadboard. I've also created the software here, which is explained in the guide here as well. I then compiled it and transferred it over to the BBC microbit, so this code is now running on this device. What it does is when we press this button, the LED turns on, so the microbit is reading that switch state and it knows to turn the LED on. It's also reading this potentiometer, and this potentiometer, so I twist it, can be used to adjust the brightness of the LED. So the microbit has taken an analog reading of the value from this potentiometer, and then it's using that to decide how bright this LED should be. For more accessories and project ideas for the BBC microbit, please visit kitronic.co.uk.